all selfish, because I understand grandparents are in fact very receptive of having young children around.
I bet you're right. Stand the right way too. Yeah. That's a little closer again.
Trying to get on the inside of Watson. Hagan the leader. Watson's after him. He's got him on the corner. And it's Watson that goes to the lead. Watson. Hagan. Then Wilmot. Down to the line. Watson and brilliant ride.
Price, 1,000 horsepower, early.
She's going to pick up her revs if she's going to beat him.
She's got pressure on now because she can afford...
She can't afford another rail down because I don't think...
Knock him over, come on.
The ground, paddle. On the ground.
Right, score!
I've been playing and just hope that the selectors...
Rex began to think about his new appointment.
Really fast surfing. The waves were only small, but
pace. Yes, well, in Sydney, the West Indies, we showed that we can beat the West Indies if the wicket's got a bit of help in it for the slow bowlers. New South Wales defeated the West Indies yesterday, and
run, and they were half a second slower than my record.
All Hamilton beat you into second place, but on Saturday there's also Alan Hamilton there as well. Record holder in the 100 metres freestyle. Going to Stoke Mandeville, do you think that's going to affect your competitive attitude when you line up against the best in the world?
No.
Yeah, I'm surprised really. I've probably got a lot left for the third day tomorrow.
has attained a world-class standard in the sport of sailboarding, with consistent results in all skills of the sport: racing, freestyle, slalom and wave jumping. Performing on one of these boards demands the utmost in endurance and skill. On the national scene, Bruce won the Sydney Metropolitan Windsurf.
In Europe, it's already big, and Australia's got a long way to go.
Second in the world, this chap. Can you do one better this year?
I think so, in Perth, windy spot.
It takes an awful lot of daring and hard work to produce an original work for the theatre, and it's also a pretty risky business. I admire Newcastle Rep enormously for bringing the rock opera Take the Hindmost to the stage, but I'm afraid I can't say that it was an unqualified success. As it stands, Take the Hindmost tries a bit too hard to be too many things at once, perhaps as a result of it having been worked on for so long. I felt that the show tried to mix far too many styles that didn't have any real connection with the action. The result of that was that the main drama of the action, which is the struggle for a man's soul, was rather lost in a welter of colour, confusion and variety. It seems to me that in this production less would have been more. Well, I don't know whether they'll do it or not, but I think that this group could look at the production of Take the Hindmost as a first draft, admirable in many ways, but not quite there. It has some good music, strong lyrics, a good basic concept, and heaps of talent. Well, as I said, there's a show they're trying to get out, it just hasn't made it quite yet.
While the thieves probably didn't realise it, the theft literally broke the hearts of one invalid pensioner and more than 20 youngsters who are dependent on that car for a holiday they've been planning for almost a year. The pensioner is 53-year-old Alan Clark, who spends all his time running the Newcastle Junior Fishing Clinic. According to Alan, he eats, drinks, sleeps and dreams of the fishing clinic. In short, he says it's his life. The 20 youngsters are members of the club who've been working all year to prepare themselves and the equipment for a week away training and fishing. That week was due to start next Monday. That was until Alan's car was stolen this morning. The holiday can't go ahead without the car. Alan was due to start transporting the club's boats to the campsite this weekend, a task he says can't be done without the car. Then there was the task of transporting the 20 youngsters to the campsite, also a task that can't be done without the car. Alan says the holiday can't go ahead unless the car is recovered, and it's the fact that the youngsters will miss their holiday that angers him so much about the theft.
I'm extremely angry over it. I'm very upset about it. Not so much from the point of view myself, the disappointment that comes to my wife and I not being denied the vehicle, but the fact that the vehicle is being denied to the children.
Left move. Complete park.
You work on the boards. Thank you.
One of the boys had a dream, and that was to ride from Brisbane to Melbourne. And we decided, well, we'll see what we can do about this dream, and then we thought, we'll do it for a worthwhile cause. And everyone all at once decided that the people of Ethiopia were in great need and we wanted to help them.
the same.
Oh,
Going
right.
into school.
Oh, right. And you did 4 unit maths?
Yeah.
The Australians were going on about to see how you've done. That's, you know, that's right. But
disappointed with chemistry and physics since I dropped a few marks in them, especially physics. You'll be pleased to know a girl at our school got 99 in English.
Really?
Oh, I want to go to Newcastle University and do a chemical engineering degree, and second year hope to take up a concurrent degree in maths.
2,105. So that puts it in percent. It's very close to 10%, but in this case, now driving, there could have been an error, and if
This is the first year the remarking service won't be available. Instead, each exam paper and essay will be marked twice, and if the students still aren't satisfied, for a fee of $4, the marker sums can be rechecked.
It is a terrific blow, not only to the Masons of Newcastle, but to the Masons throughout the state and to our principals, the Royal Freemasons Benevolent Institution of New South Wales. We're all very, very upset about the whole episode.
you see, that's how you like it.
We had to borrow almost $750,000 to finance the alterations and additions to the hospital, and that's of course a large amount to service financially. We overestimated the support from the surgeons. I'm not blaming them, but we overestimated. We felt that with the markedly good facilities we had here, that everybody would have been flocking to our door. But apart from that, of course, there was the impact of Medicare.
We're all very, very sad that the hospital is being lost to the Masonic Association. It has been the only surgical, charitable hospital in the area since its inception. Hopefully the new organisation will carry on with the hopes and the development of the hospital that we all had in mind.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yes. Go on. Oh, yes. You get that together.
And what action will the union take?
Well, the concrete bans that we've got in on the jobs now will remain in force. Those concrete bans are on over the Sydney Police Centre workers, and we'll have mass walk-offs of all builders' labourers right throughout the state, and this will continue until the fascist legislation introduced by so-called Labour men Neville Wran and Pat Hills is revoked.
There is a scheduled meeting of council to be held on the 24th of January. At that meeting there will be discussions in relation to the builders' labourers taking place, but there's no planned proposal to call an earlier meeting.
Do you find it strange that the Builders Labourers Federation weren't told, or it wasn't announced by them, about the deregistration?
Well, I find it strange that on Friday of last week, when the matter was gazetted, that it wasn't until then that some indication wasn't at hand by the Builders Labourers Federation. I understand that the deregistration legislation was proclaimed on the 2nd of January this year and was gazetted last Friday. I find it very difficult to understand why it wasn't made known to the Builders Labourers Federation before, as they claim, late this afternoon.
It's expected this morning's meeting at the Adamstown RSL Hall will call on support action from other sections of the union, which would then be considered by the AFULE's Divisional Council in Newcastle on Thursday. However, the State Rail Authority has warned the union may face deregistration proceedings if widespread industrial action is taken.